Hello, friends and enemies. Welcome back to another edition of Weekly Allowance, the world's only fish review channel. So, Legions Con just happened. Four Horsemen had these fish boys available. We didn't go to Legions Con this time. We did, however, go to Designer Con, and they had these available there too. I love a good fish, so I couldn't not get this one. They're releasing a whole wave of like nautical type creatures, characters, and special shout out to a commenter on my last G.I. Joe video who said that wave specifically reminded them of me because I like nautical themed characters so much. It was really nice to know that that someone thought of me in that moment, that my love of sea creatures shines through. So thank you, that was very sweet. And yes, I do want each and every one. But for now, we'll have to make do with this fish, which is fine by me, because it is a fantastic fish from what I can see so far. It's in the packaging, obviously, still. I did watch a few reviews when it dropped, so I kinda know what we're in for. We've even got some new background art. Look at that. New continent, I think, new lore. So this guy is named simply Qoi. I wonder why that could be. Anyway, let's go ahead and open him. But before we do, fish ring. Okay, now we can open him. Shoop. To be honest, when I saw the reviews for him, I was kind of on the fence, not because I didn't like him, but just because there's, a lot of stuff coming out. I was like, do I need a fish person? We're already going to get a wave of fish people. A wave. I saw him in person and I was like, okay, I have to do it. I love the color orange. I love a nice fish. I love Four Horsemen figures. So how could I possibly say no? Okay, first things first, something I should have fixed right away while I was at the convention. There's a noticeable paint chip on his face, like it is very noticeable. I noticed it in the package. I didn't think it was too bad, not bad enough to try and get a replacement figure right away. But now seeing it out of the package, it's actually pretty bad. It's not absolutely terrible because he is so variegated and speckled that it could just be part of his pattern. But it is right on the face, right on that really prominent brow, so it's pretty noticeable. I should have just gone to them like right away and asked for a replacement, but I didn't. And now here we are. I feel like if I contacted customer support, they would just send me another head and it would be fine. So we might do that, we'll see. He does come with 2 heads, so this isn't the only option. As usual, all his parts aren't attached yet because I like to look at articulation first and then we'll attach everything and see the full picture. For now, he is bare bones. So when I saw the reviews of him, my first thought was that I wish that his head was just a complete fish. Like this. I wish it was just a whole fish with like a tail fin and everything back here. I don't know. I just have a preference for that. A long time ago, I used to draw characters that just had complete whole fishes for heads. And I don't know. I just really like that look for some reason. But he's just a half fish head man. And that's fine too. Really nice sculpt on that fish. Lots of scale work. I think that this body has to be reuse of the scaly characters. I'm pretty sure it is. And I think these bracers are reuse of the new reptilian creatures from the Cosmic Wave, the new one that came out. I don't recall seeing this garment though, so that might be new. He's also got an interesting leg armor situation going on where it's half metal and half organic. Interesting. Just cobbling together whatever he can find, I guess. But as you can see, beautiful paintwork. I love that iridescent, like creamy belly. The fins are slightly translucent. The whiskers are too. Lovely whiskers. Look at that jaw. Just awesome sculpt work on the bottom of the jaw. So yeah, Fishman, what's not to love? Let's look at our articulation. I'm sure it's going to be basically the same as like those reptilian creatures, Thraxian scouts, and Oleg Thygar. Usually the articulation doesn't vary too much. It's just a matter of how much extra is on the figure that's going to get in the way. And he doesn't have much. So his head is just on a simple ball joint, and there's no hair to get in the way, so we can go every which way. There is a neck joint. I haven't heated him up yet, so it's a little sticky. I am going to heat him up before I attach all the other pieces, because sometimes it's difficult to put them in if he's not heated up. As always, if your figure is sticking in any way, heat it up before you break something. There's a swivel on the elbow, but it's hard to illustrate because there's also a swivel on this bracer. There's no forearm underneath, it's just completely this bracer, which I would have liked to, I would like to see this guy bare-armed. I'm gonna say it. I'd like to see him in all his natural glory. But anyway, also great sculpt on these fin hands. More translucent material, more iridescence on the palm. Looks awesome. I am glad I got him, even though there's a whole wave of new creatures that I want. I don't know, it's also a nice memory. You know, went to Designer Con, picked up a fish man. So he's got a torso joint and it looks like a waist joint, but I can't really isolate one to move the other, but they're both there. Leg out. Ooh, to the side, gently to the side. Okay. And back, swivel on the knee, then rock and pivot for the feet. So yeah, basically what we thought. So let's look at accessories. First, I'm going to cover the things that actually go on his body. You can see that there are these holes back here. These are for special attachments if you want to give him fish wings or something. I don't think they have fish wings yet, but they might come out with some. Fish wings sound delicious, by the way. It's like a chicken wings, but fish. Anyway, if you don't want those out, you have two options. You've got this one, which covers the whole thing, and then this one, which leaves these holes out, so you could attach the pauldrons. So we'll want to attach the pauldrons, I think, so we'll probably be putting these on. And he has a tail, which I love. If you know me, you know I always want my animal figures to come with a tail. This one is beautiful, transitioning from a fiery orangey red down into translucent white. Looks just like my beautiful fish ring. And like a lot of Mythic Legions figures' tails, or figure obscura or whatever, it has this kind of armored section that will plug right into the butt. Here are some extra hands in a little baggie, and it looks like he gets a cool little reed knitted collar. I think that's what this is. Let me see. Is this what's you for? Like I said, I did watch some reviews, but I can't remember anything. So in a way, it's kind of good because like I look at everything with fresh new eyes. On the other hand, it's bad because there's some information that I should probably really be retaining that I'm just not at all. And it could be a problem. All right, I mentioned pauldrons. Here they are, more of that reed knit pattern. Kind of a similar configuration to the pauldrons we usually see in Mythic Legions though. Like, you know, the staggered material. He comes with a gourd. Full of drinking water, I guess. A very interesting stocky sword. This really cool spear. Ooh, that doesn't want to go together. And I'm afraid to push it too hard because I don't want it to break. So for now, it's just going to be like that, and we're going to be happy with it. But yeah, it looks like it's sculpted from some kind of whale bone, creature bone. But yeah, I'm going to have to heat that up because it does not want to go. And finally, extra head. You can see those teeth are bared. It's got sharp teeth for a fish. I don't think koi have teeth. This one does. He's also got a cool helmet that matches the gauntlets. But I've just realized that it's not a full head. You have to take this head off, this front half, I guess. Am I wrong? No? Yeah, you take this. Ooh, it does not want to come off. That's another thing I'm going to have to heat up. So I guess you remove this and put this back on here. I don't know why they did it that way. I don't know why they just wouldn't make a whole head. I mean, is it really saving that much money? Far be it from me to question Four Horsemen, but it is a little confusing, and I cannot get this off. So yeah, he is a little bit more cohesive, I guess, this way, but I prefer the unhelmeted head, even though it's a little bit damaged on the brow. I guess because a lot of the fish cuteness is covered up with this, which is fine, especially if you want like a warrior type, but I kind of just want the fish man. I want a fish boy. I've said it before, and I'll say it several more times, and I'm sorry if you get tired of it. And I don't even know if it's really criticism, just an observation and something I would like to be different, but I'm not expecting it to be. But there's a lot of impetus, I think, in the toy world to make characters and figures look badass. And I don't think that's super necessary. I think you can just have like a little fish guy. I mean, he's a warrior in the lore, I understand that, but I mean, I'm also a fan of just like silly little guys. With this head on, he looks like a threat. With this head on, he looks like a silly little guy, and I love that. Ew, that was nice, went in easy. It's a rubbery material, which is really helpful. I hope they start implementing that more in their insertable parts. Now let's see about these pauldrons. All right, much like with the head, I think I prefer him with the pauldrons off. I just prefer a more bare look for this guy, which I think makes sense because he's going to be a swimmer. He doesn't want to be encumbered. I'm not saying I want to see him completely naked. Let's not go that far. Though I doubt there would be anything to witness. But yeah, I'd like to see a more like a more swimmerly approach to this guy where he's not really wearing armor. I know that armor is a big thing for Four Horsemen. They do it really well. But yeah, I don't think he needs armor. Another point I will make, the tail. So we ran into the same problem with the Figura Obscura Jersey Devil. Had a tail like this with this metal piece that you plug into the back. It will not stay in. No matter what I do, it just will not stay plugged in. This is a situation that's going to, I think, require glue, unfortunately, which I don't really have a problem with because this part is articulated. It's not going to affect anything if you glue this in there. Not good for if you want to use these parts for other things, but if you just want the figure just to be like this and have his tail permanently attached, at least for me, it's going to have to be glue town all the way. Because yeah, I definitely want him to have his tail. Not planning on splitting this guy up for parts. So super glue is in your future, buddy. But yeah, he is a really cool figure. Makes me extra excited for the nautical figures they've got coming out. We haven't really decided if we're going to get the whole wave or just pick and choose from the wave. Maybe if I'm feeling ambitious, I'll do a video about what my favorites from that wave are and which ones I'll probably get and which ones I could, you know, take or leave. Of course, I have a lot of plans that never come to fruition, so we'll see. Let's look at some comparisons really quick. Here's another Mythic Legions figure. This is Okietos, who I reviewed recently. Very small in comparison, but this is an early kind of, an earlier Four Horsemen figure. Also a skeleton, also in a squatted pose. So it's going to look shorter in all the ways. We have another nautical themed character in Crab Louie from Mezco. Love this figure. I love a crab. I love to eat crabs. You best believe every year on my birthday it's crab leg time. Mythic Legions runs bigger than standard figures like Mezco or Marvel Legends. But when you're deep in the fantasy world like this, it doesn't really matter. And finally, another nautical creature. Oh, this one's heavy. We haven't seen this one in a while. Or ever. I don't know if I ever did a review on him. He doesn't even fit in my frame. It's King Shark. Major difference in detail. To be honest, I'm not typically a fan of McFarlane toys. But for King Shark, you don't really need a lot of detail. He's just a big shark in swim trunks. But yeah, you can definitely see a bit of a quality difference here. But they look good together. So yeah, all in all, happy I picked this one up. I'm a sucker in all the ways. I'm a sucker for fish. I'm a sucker for iridescent paint. I'm a sucker for Four Horsemen figures. So as always, likes and subscribes are very much appreciated. Comments are more than welcome. And I will see you guys on the next one.